Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Lane, the one and only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland. We're off here to a 2v2 on Elst Outskirts in southeast. We have Laconia, and we got R.Winkel fighting here for the British Empire, the Commonwealth here with the 53rd Infantry Division, tasked with holding this particular piece of the front line against German assault here being launched by Balu and Saueee, fighting here for a German-Italian force here with the 4th Fallschirmjäger Division here pushing in here. We got Fallschirmjäger immediately dropped off, and we got some Italian reserves also being summoned forward to the fight here. Plus a Ken Crash. That got double Wehrmacht versus double Brits, so that should be interesting. As always, big hearty thanks to my patrons, supporters for the continued generous, heroic, and absolutely smashingly wonderful support of the Propagandacast. And a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking my videos. Helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithm. So, we got points being grabbed. Lots of sappers up for the British. We also got the Germans have the battle group selected. Laconia has yet to make a pick. And R.Winkel similarly have yet to sort of make a decision. So, obviously, with the German battle groups, they're like, if you want to, get those units going fast, you obviously, pick those battle groups. You can see here, though, Saueee is pretty much just wiring off the fuel point here. Meaning they're going to have to get a vehicle up here to crash this, or some wire cutters, almost explosives, to open up way to the fuel point, mostly. So yeah, that's certainly an interesting move. That does consume a bit of time, which can be used to capture points, but obviously, long term, this will likely be at least a minor benefit to the Germans, and of course the British just immediately deal with it. South side here, though, second line here. Second front opening up here with Kettenkrad engaged for sappers and sections. We do get some Italian troops arriving here. Pioneers also on the spot. Kettenkrad needs to get further away there. Balu there, a bit too slow. But narrowly managed. That was a really close call there. Sappers forced back and up north here. Sappers between Pioneers. Got Fallschirmjäger moving in here for Saueee, who's also brought in an MG42 team there. That's going to have to get a bit further going here. Italian troops providing covering on the cutoff point here, threatening the Allies. We can see there that Laconia is also dispatching forces around here now to have to deal with this potential threat. So by occupying this building, we can see the Germans able to effectively create an outsized threat. Though Saueee will have to assist here. Balu, of course, will risk getting ground down here by 2 players focusing on him. Though again, Laconia is starting to switch north as well here. But still, back and forth here. British forces counterattack northwards here as the 53rd Infantry Division, number 4 and 7 companies are getting absolutely beaten around here across the map for now. We got more sections for Laconia. Sappers there fitting things. Almost got a Pioneer wipe here. And we got the Kettenkrad. We're going to do some spotting there for the German gunners. Fallschirmjäger actually withdrawing here, leaving the Pioneers to do the fighting here, which seems a bit unusual. You'd figure the Pioneers with the ones here, but of course might be he's got plans with the Fallschirmjäger. Sappers are swinging about here, right into the Fallschirmjäger. Flamethrower Pioneers there for Balu, and here we got Sappers pushing out the Italians. Was about to switch them out, but that would just result in more roast Italians. And we got Balu there finally with an MG42 as well here. 4th Fallschirmjäger Division was actually an interesting division there. It was actually made up of both German and Italian paratroopers. Fun little note there. Pushing onto that cutoff point again, trying to stay clear here of R.Winkel's main force here. Devious play there by Balu. And we go force in the section. We almost got the cutoff here. Might want to get the Kettenkrad onto the point and not have the infantry there getting blasted. And probably just withdraw these Italians. Yeah, it might have to be too late now. But we can see there, R.Winkel smartly moved up here behind Balu. Bit the risk here and then set on the cutoff. A retreat path here, scoring a wipe. That, of course, is one thing you always need to be careful about and mindful of when you're going what are your plans for the retreat path? What is your exit plan? And here, unfortunately, Balu had no exit plan, unless, of course, the plan was for the Italians to exit this mortal coil. They need to retreat this Grenadier squad as well. It's going to risk the same thing happening there as well. And losing 2 infantry squads like that is going to be rather painful. British force keeps moving up. Here we can see there's no immediate forces nearby to interdict this, so this could easily turn the tables on the Germans' cut-off maneuver by having them explosive as well. Panzer Grenadiers arriving here though for Saueee. to R.Winkel. A lot of sections up from as well, plus the platoon command post. Still no battle group for either British commander. And here, just one Fallschirm Pioneer squad, no additional ones, and certainly no Fallschirm Jägers. Likely going to rely heavily on, of course, cost-reducted Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah, Panzer is all alone healthy, getting focused down by 2 sections. Seemingly they didn't quite get the cover bonus there properly. Unfortunately, it can be in that situation you think. Unit has a cover bonus, but for whatever reasons, they just don't, and they just get murdered. Which can, of course, be rather frustrating when that happens. But it does seem to happen if there's like a bit of light cover nearby. Sometimes it gets a bit weird, basically. Got recce package there on the way for the British forces. Flamethrower Sap is going to force the machine out there. The watchtower. Bit awkward here now. British force there, of course, launching a really good push here. That has completely thrown Saueee there into disarray. Clearly wants more Panzer Grenadiers, of course, the Stummel here. Really good for Stooks? Probably not. South side here, though, at least, Balu is making good progress. We got bunkers being prepared here as well. Form up a more cohesive series of defensive nests. And we got our Panzer Grenadier coming as well up from as well. Probably both because they both want Panzer Grenadiers and they both want packs. I doubt both want Stooks, but it would be great if they both wanted Sturmgeschütze.
Anti-tank weapon and crew on the field.
6 panning on the way there. Pioneers moving to the sections, about to get ripped apart. Chance of what there if Saueee slips, gets a bit unlucky, or just actually gets regular luck. But there you go, it does look like he actually got lucky. Very lucky there. Honestly, those pioneers got pushed way too far there. Stillhandgranate. Got the challenge troops flanking in here. Section bombarded here by the Stummel. And we got Fallschirm Pioneer machine guns and the Panzerguns map plus a pack fodder there for Saueee. And of course, actual Fallschirm Jägers will actually also have their own assault rifle units once assault rifles, became available in larger numbers. So, little fun sight now there as well. As again, companies games do like to depict them as only using, Fallschirm Jägers as the somehow assault rifle, but they actually had assault rifles for that particular role, so. But anyway, sappers on the way there for R.Winkel in the south here. British force again, kind of flanking around here. Balu, which is definitely not a bad idea. That said, not using cover, less smooth there, particularly when he's got the cover bonus active in some of these units. Still got the pioneers wiped. Flamethrowers dropped. We can see that actually, pretty smartly, he's attacking from several angles, make it much harder for the Germans to put up a cohesive defense. In particular, without, a lot of machines or other stuff. He's also gone for an ambulance here. And up here again, going for the cutoff point, swinging around the German lines. Again, really good maneuvering here by the British players, really. German players, meanwhile, I find themselves a bit flat-footed in comparison. So they need to be a bit more agile there. I mean, obviously, Balu there with his more defensive mindset with coastal kind of makes sense, but even there, you want a somewhat more flexible defense. And of course, even Luftwaffe kind of has some defensive elements, but, he's going for Panzer, he's going for the Stummel. He can afford to get a bit more active than he should. Mines being laid down, though, thumbs up to that. We also got a lot of troops here, obviously, at this point. 4 section plus 2 sappers there to R.Winkel. We got infantry training, still no battle group, but I wouldn't be entirely surprised to end up going for Indian artillery battle group for that reduction there to reinforcement costs. Could be a good addition. Could, though, be Australian defense for the Archer or Air&Sea for the Loiters and the artillery. We'll, of course, have to see here. Sappers are diving in. Grenadiers push back. Do you have any Panzer Grenadiers on the way there? We do, in fact, here for Balu. As for Saueee, probably just going to go for those cheaper reinforcements. Do you have any more Panzer Grenadiers on the way there? It's not. Floating a lot of manpower, that too. Not entirely sure why. Is he like planning this to go straight for the Panzer Company and then focus on Starstruppen, maybe? That would make some sense there. Yeah, okay, so he's going to go for Starstruppen then. So the Panzers are just kind of like an interim solution until he gets the more elite Starstruppen. Section here is the Grenadiers there. Machine gun there out in the open, not ideal there. Definitely has to be careful around that. If the British, you don't get veterans 1, get the code bonus to flank them. That can quickly cost them the machine gun, or just fire rifle grenades, you see there. German position here. Oh, and the MU-42 got wiped by... Was it the anti-tank gun that just landed, like, right on them, so bunched up there? I think it was. That was definitely impressive. It was. And there you go. R.Winkel has gone for Indian artillery, as ultimately expected. Likely going to go for those cheap reinforcements, because, again, that's really good. Meanwhile, Laconia there. Yet to pick a Belgrade, he's now the only one left. Machine gun there, need to recruit again. But there you go. British forces punch through here. Saueee too slow to react here, and assist. Go to Balu, who's definitely now running short on a lot of units. Definitely needs more troops, and a new machine gun, lightweight. Maybe you want to consider a mortar or something like that. And he's about to lose the Sturm there, Saueee. Clearly so much going on there, he wasn't paying attention to the fact that an anti-tank gun was zeroing in there on his Sturm there, costing it. Oh, machine gun the white here, and we can see it very quickly there. So at least makes a grab for it. Thumbs up there. The Pentagon's need to be careful again. We got a big old blob of British infantry with training and recce packages. Definitely not something to be careful around, because also worth keeping in mind there with the way they sort of like have the cover bonus. Like they just need to like touch anything and that just stand still a bit, and they can like easily just blob around and just get that cover bonus against most units that need like remotely out in the open. And that's basically what he's counting on here. There's just so much stuff they could just easily trigger that Veterans 1 bonus with. So they need to be careful around this. And there you go. Pack 4 being caught here. Fire R.Winkel and wipe immediately again. Saueee there. Struggling a bit to maintain control of everything. And that handing over that Pack 40 is a definite tactical issue. Center out there for Laconia has gone for Air&Sea. And of course, that's going to make things tougher for the Germans, who just, in this moment, lost a Pack 40 to the enemy. Of course, got another one there. Do we have any Starstruppen? As of yet, the answer to that appears to be not. He actually went for Fallschirmjägers. Ah, that was a bit of a surprise. All signs pointed to him going for Starstruppen. And he goes for Fallschirmjägers. Guess he felt the pressure and just wanted to go get them in there fast, which is certainly one of the advantages of the Fallschirmjägers do. MG42 teaming up, Fallschirm Pioneers, and of course got the units all there telling things about here, bringing it up. Quick repositioning to respond to the German news, and these Fallschirmjägers falling back towards the field point. We got the Panzergers about to get a bad day. Here's the Centaurs about to crash through the walls there and give them a good old British door knocker.
The Bosch are pushing hard.
It's a lot of back and forth here, both sides still continue to, like, you know, find gaps and openings. British players, I feel like, have the best success. Fallschirmjägers inching forwards. I mean, he's going to go for that many units that are out of his Panzergrenadier company. He definitely should get the officers' quarters, particularly since the Fallschirmjägers can get free healing from it, on top of being able to capture points faster. That Veterans bonus, that Veterans 1 bonus they get is pretty good. In that sense. And we do get a Panther 4 that at least thumbs up.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
And there you go. Triple anti-tank guns is going to be a nightmare for German armor. Not impossible to deal with, obviously, but again, with the way anti-tank guns can aim, move, and all that sort of stuff easily, they are going to have to, like, you know, set up a pretty big effort to, like, catch them off guard. They need to get the machine out. Saueee again.
You have command points available.
I feel like Saueee is trying to do more than he can actually manage repeatedly. Like, he's clearly, like, you know, a very ambitious player, which is fine, but I feel like he's trying to manage a larger part in the front that he can, you know, again, realistically keep track of, and he's now lost his machine on top of losing that Pack 40 to the enemy, so I think he needs to, like, you know, focus a bit more, basically, otherwise he's gonna, like, you know, risk losing more stuff to the enemy.
A victory point is being overrun.
Sappers on the field point again. They go Gurkhas, and again, sections all going nuts here. Gurkhas not upgraded, actually. And we get a bit of silica called in here.
Victory point is in enemy hands.
And we got a cache here for Laconia, making use of the supply surplus ability. And there goes Centaurs, the Pen 4. British forcemen, of course, got double anti-tank guns, A moving in.
The enemy have taken our territory.
And of course, that will immediately force the Panther 4 here to withdraw. we do get a panzer flank in. It could threaten the anti-tank guns, but we'll need more than one squad to really deal with this swiftly enough. Otherwise, the center will be able to deal with them. And Saueee again, splitting force more towards the center. Pack 40 moving up, but this is really looking risky there. Grenades are being chucked here. Sappers taking a bit of blast, but rifle grenades going back. And again, Saueee, of course, forced out of the place. This time, though, narrowly avoiding it before this 5-gun salute utterly renders the place into rubble. And these Fallschirmjägers also need to withdraw. Again, really need to be covered around the center there. Pack bunker, at least forcing it somewhat away. At the same time, with this many anti-tanks A-moving, the pack bunker itself is also at risk of just getting, you know, A-moved by the anti-tank gun wall there. North here, Fallschirm heading for that northern field point. Panther 4 in dire need repairs. Back here to R.Winkel and to Saueee. Of course, that's gone for infantry reserves. Floating manpower still. I mean, again, Starstruppen, more Fallschirmjägers, Panzergrenadiers. I mean, I'd say they're all, you know, viable options for that reason. Again, Fallschirmjägers typically low on the priority list, unless, again, you really, really like the concept of Fallschirmjägers, but just wish they'd been better implemented, like me. There's the Gurkhas here. I'm surprised R.Winkel has yet to upgrade his Gurkhas at all. That said, at the same time, he's also got a lot of infantry now. Again, 5 or 4 sections there, plus the Gurkhas and the Sappers. Surprisingly, we haven't seen the chief reinforcement upgrade selected yet. I think that caused a bit more Stummel action out here for Balu. Is an interesting pick there. Mortars out for Saueee. Clearly realize we need some kind of... Ah! What are you doing, Saueee? Why does he keep moving his Pack 40 in like that? I'm honestly a bit surprised at the way he moves his anti-tank gun. Like, he's already lost one Pack 40 just to, like, you know, smooth them moving about like that. This time he got a bit luckier. And we got team weapon training for R.Winkel, which of course benefits all of his anti-tank guns, including the ones he took from the enemy. That, of course, is one thing worth keeping in mind there. British training actually applies to captured weapon. German officers' quarters does not apply to captured weapons. So having a bit of success up north in a sense with that, mostly because the British players aren't putting too much effort into it. We got company command post there for R.Winkel. Back here, nothing further at the German base. There we do have several Panzer Grenadier squads. Might be an idea to get the Grenadiers to merge to keep reinforcement costs down, but... And we got here Sturmpanzer plus a second mortar for Saueee. That's a definite response to just the A-moving anti-tank gun walls. And the fact, again, there's just this clustering up of British support weapons here. The mortar will just, you know, apply some pressure from a safe position. The Sturmpanzer will safe theoretically move to finish all things. Just, Saueee, of course, needs to be more mindful of where he's positioning his support weapons, as he does seem to have a knack for positioning them far ahead of his infantry, which is typically not where the support weapons are meant to be. They're meant to be behind the infantry, supporting said infantry. We got commandos out as well here for Laconia launching victory point assault there. Strafing runs here, so I'm in good use of that one at least. Thumbs up to that. Mortars there blasting the British. Up north here, British forces have managed to punch away through the German eastern flank. Northeastern flank could cause some problems. Fallschirmjägers, Panzergrenadiers in the center will need some mortar fire here. Got the British mortar for that, and we got artillery fire return on the Germans, though I'm not entirely sure where. I can hear the distinct sound of the naval bombardment, but... Oh no, that's not that one, that's... Oh, that's the Ubice. Never mind. Oh my. Well, that could give the British certainly a bit more of a cause for concern there. 207 vs 422, at least the Germans do have a victory point here that is looking pretty solid. And that is about it.
We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
Heading for the point here with the Panzergrenadiers grabbing it back. Now, suddenly the British have finally lost a bit of steam. The German army may just have stabilized enough. So, of course, he could go for more Fallschirmjäger, go for some Starsturben. We'll have to see, of course, what he does. Caches could also be an option. Fallschirmjägers. Armored side skirts for both the Panzer and the Sturmpanzer, of course, would be an excellent addition here as well. But back to Laconia. We've got grants that are being prepared in over to Balu. Of course, in response to the opponent, like just, you know, going for a lot of support weapons, particularly moving a lot of anti-tank guns, has decided to respond to that by just getting a lot of massive Italian howitzers and beat the stuffing out of them, at least attempt to. And that's honestly not a half bad idea. Of course, it does require the British players being a bit preoccupied so they can't easily move out of the arc of fire there, but... So, now this is a pretty good spot to then maybe start hammering, and there we go. 2 guns going off. British force there getting slammed, but as you can see there, already by the time the second shot can go down, maybe most of the units have moved, so... Probably would have been better if both guns had been aiming at the anti-tanks at the same time for, you know, optimal, like, just first slam there. But it does seem to be making things a bit more awkward for them. We got howitzers there being prepared for Laconia, the airborne ones, grants as well there. South side, German forces are making excellent progress. Panzer's pushing through the bombed out woods. And up north here, sappers are trying to make a grab on that northern victory point by the construction yard, but they're not quite having an easy time of it. And there you go, armored side skirts up there for Saueee. Thumbs up to that at least. Also got those massive Italian howitzers there at the ready.
Ground forces have claimed a sector.
Which is a fun fact, they actually sold a bunch of them to the Hungarian army because they needed money, I think, for food and ammunition, if I remember correctly, or food and some other stuff. So they sold a bunch of them to the Hungarian army, who then made some modifications to them because apparently there was issues with guns. And we got a barrage around here, I guess. Yep. And here, got the pack out, so that is a definite case of counter-battery fire. Doing the job. Matilda to the moving forwards here. German force in the woods, completely scattered here, making it very easy for the British forces to penetrate and cause absolute havoc here. We do get a bound grenade there. It's a bit of a parting gift. We got a Panther 4 there moving forwards. Noting no Panzers at all here for Balu, just another Pack 40 here. Fallschirmjägers pushed back as they are left completely unsupported. Held back against that large of a force. And we got a big build up here from both Laconia and R.Winkel here by the southern half of the map. Then attempt to grab at that point. Meanwhile, British forces here causing a problem. Single anti-tank left to give the Grant and the section. Could work out, may not. That said, obviously there is a best risk, of course, with combining all these forces into one spot. It does mean all those big Italian howitzers will have a really good target to hit if they're not careful, so... Definitely some risks here, I think, by R.Winkel and Laconia. Particularly R.Winkel. Unless, of course, the howitzers are busy firing elsewhere, in which case, I mean, obviously... no problem. In a sense. Meanwhile, though, keep moving up here. It might be they're actually going to try and, like, make a move for the howitzers in this direction. Strafe man's being called in. Mortar's being caught here as well. There we go, trying to hold the assault. Almost got the section there. A brutal but pretty efficient move there. Obviously, by... oh! Yikes, machine gun wipe. Everything trouble. Sturmpanzer and the commandos. R.Winkel's assault continues here. Not entirely sure what... there you go. Commandos almost being taken out, but the assault does not slow down here. The Germans have been caught completely unprepared. And Balu's lack of armor in particular, I think, is leaving him fairly vulnerable. I've finally got the 6-pounder guns moving away there. They clearly felt like they'd done their part. Oh, never mind. They're calling in a bombardment run here on the Massive howitzer here, and the Pioneers are about to get caught in the crossfire.
Territory sector lost, Commander.
There you go. Howitzer gone.
We've lost the
Matilda getting hit there with the Italian anti-tank grenade, or the Italian Molotov, if you will. Grant hanging up here.
We should utilize all manpower available to us.
Laconia there, closing on the 500 manpower. Back here to R.Winkel, who's got 1,000. And he's got so much infantry, but as you might have noticed, he's not really bleeding a lot. Because again, in part, just British infantry once at a certain spot, with training just get really, really tough. And can kind of ignore cover. But also again, with volunteer infantry, just reinforcement costs become even cheaper. To Saueee, who's also flooding a lot of manpower. Again, infantry reserves in this case is less because it's got a lot of bulletproof infantry. It's just more like, you know, he's kind of just fighting very conservatively with other elements. But there you go. Starstorm Pack 40 in the way there. At least he's spending some of his manpower more aggressively. Abilities like that kind of like just resulting in a lot of manpower flowing to some extent as well.
Sector overrun. The enemy has it.
I do think in the longer term they will probably have to rethink these kind of things, as I don't think they particularly dislike.
A victory point is being overrun.
Great gameplay. Quick loiter, oh not loiter but strafing around here. Thumbs up to Saueee for actually not using loiters at all. But honestly, I would recommend the fragmentation bombing run. And it can be really good for like blasting apart opponents' support weapons if not careful. And considering they do like to bunch up the support weapons a lot, there's certainly a strong argument for it. Panzer in the officer's quarters on the way there, so that'll definitely benefit Fallschirmjägers, Panzer Grenadiers and whatnot, though it is worth noting Saueee did lose his Panzer Grenadiers and Fallschirmjägers and does go for the Stuka Loiter. I'm a bit disappointed, but oh well.
The beggars are
We got the Starstorm out there. I suppose we'll have to stand in for Fallschirmjägers because they're actually close to how actual Fallschirmjägers would have been equipped. Which is, you know, wielding MG42s and ours just being equipped with all the more automatic weapons. And of course, lots of grenades. Barrage, they're trying to keep the British off the victory point there. Tank training for R.Winkel, of course, always a good addition there. Victory points whilst the Germans still have the lead, but in other ways, it's slowly looking less great again. Will Balu build another howitzer? We'll have to see. The ambulance, though, is somehow still alive, which is impressive. Then again, that begins the British and not the Americans, so less bloodthirsty about that, admittedly.
Commander, our tankers have finished their drills and not a moment.
Grenades, bombs, and everything just going off left and right here. Up north, British forces are firmly dug in. We can see there that's how we're starting to dig it up, but might get a bit more lucky with another Panther 4 there. Plus, as opposed to loiter. Starstorm flanking the gut, the veterans vulnerability popped, raking those Gurkhas. Good old righteous MG42 fire. Come on, Ludwig! Bullets are tiger, but not too hard either. Don't want to burn out the barrel.
One of Gurkhas has been wiped out.
And there goes. Starstorm got the Gurkhas, a nice win there for the German army. R.Winkel, of course, quick to replace him. He's got the manpower to spare and then some. Second Panther 4's arrived. Where will it go? Got the bunker being hammered by the anti-tank and wall, and for some reason Balu there's moving his anti-tank into that. How to shoot, but shot is a bit off the mark. And we got British forcing up. They're going to call in here again. Just look tracked here by Saueee. Could sabotage the Germans as the British will be able to call in and send you a bombing run. Yes, on the second howitzer. Right here, Saueee sleeping a bit on the job. Allows the British to score a big tactical win, if not strategic win. Definitely hurting the Germans there. Saueee should have been able to respond to that much faster. Guess he just didn't think about it, which is definitely a slip. Might be a time to call on loiter here. Panther 4's about to get knocked out. Sturmpanzer moving in, and yes, we do get loiter here. A lot of great targets. Pack joining in as well there. Got the anti-tank sticking in there. Sturmpanzer's almost got them though. If they could at least remove some of the anti-tankers, that would benefit the Germans significantly. Him on this west side here, Matilda moving forwards here. Sauee's infantry is about to get wiped. Panther squad, yeah, gone. Fudge Imperial almost getting wiped out. Ambulance burning in the background. Fudge Imperial wiped. Sauee's got no real infantry left. Not that he ever had a lot, but now he's got even less.
We're losing a victory point.
And we see, oh, he's finally going for some Stugs at least. Thumbs up. That's some armor, but really should have gone for that sooner. Meanwhile, commanders thinking through. They're looking to surprise some German tanks with a snare or two, perhaps. But there you go, caught by the Luftwaffe. And really should destroy those anti-tank guns or grab them, but either way should not allow the British to get them back.
A victory point is being overrun.
Back to Laconia, who's definitely suffered a bit more harshly here. And over to Balu, who's, well, not really got a lot left. But he does have a Stug. And he's going to need a lot more Stugs, to be honest.
The enemy has
Got the cash, but I'd say there's a good chance of losing the Italian troops here, which of course would leave Balu even more understaffed infantry-wise. Yeah, that's gonna be really close. Nope, they somehow survived it. Miraculous. And we got Saueee there withdrawing. The anti-tank just didn't get destroyed. That was some really bad luck there for him. 17 pounder going to be prepared for Laconia. Clearly want something with a bit more oomph. Capsules? They can't be concerned about Tiger tanks. I don't know. I guess they just wanted bigger guns, which is fine. Pack wiped again, so they're losing pack routes. Another Stug brief considered by Balu, but not entirely sure what they want instead. Nebelwerfers? Maybe. I just find Nebelwerfers to be too unreliable most of the time, personally. And the German situation is definitely looking pretty awkward, to put it generously. British forces almost caught up with the German as well, victory points wise. That definitely poses another problem there. Stug heading northwards.
The beggars are threatening a munitions point.
A lot of armor then repairs for Saueee. Of course, got 3 pioneer squads at least to that works. So that's something. Balu's forces are looking pretty weak in there, just 2 Panzer Grenadier squads. Well, they are fairly veterans, so that is something for sure. In particular, actually 3 Panzer squads can be great, but against Matilda 2s, again, there are problems. And here again, Balu really should ask themselves why were they sending the Panzers that deep in behind enemy lines with this Matilda 2s that were likely covering the retreat path. Because again, Matilda 2s will eat your infantry in retreat. Until there's like 2 of them and they're veteran and they got training, so Balu there definitely needs to mind his retreat paths more in his planning. At least Sauee's almost got all of his armor fixed up again, but yeah, the German situation is steadily deteriorating at this point. Balu in particular is just taking a lot of rather heavy and, quite frankly, needless losses at this stage. Another Nebelwerfer!
Report from the front. The enemy
Oh boy.
has 75 points left.
Pack there, got wipe Matildas, about to wipe another one. And go, anti-tank wrecked pretty easily.
We're losing a victory point.
Diving out to the ground, of course, got those center tanks that they failed to wipe in the first place. Again, bit of a slip there by Saueee. Really big win, of course, for the Allies. Panther 4 knocked out as assault. Mort's been caught by the Matildas. It's just really falling apart here with the Germans now. Actually collapsing. Like a house made out of cake. It's just turning into a complete mess as things are just falling in on each other here. And Nebelwerfer here, of course, is largely dodged. But the problem with the Nebelwerfer, it both really gives away its firing and also takes really long time to actually get there once it starts firing. So it does mean, unless you're kind of asleep on a really narrow spot of the map, I mean, you can kind of get around it mostly. Did lose 1 anti-tank, but that's about it. Just aim moving through there. Another ground on the way to Laconia at this point. The Stug is isolated, no real support for it. Got 1 bounce there from the anti-tank on 1. Yeah, it needs to keep moving up. Didn't. Gone. Yeah. Situation for the Germans really just completely collapsing. We got Saueee diving in, perhaps setting up for a big flank against the Allies, but will he be able to work at this stage? Is, of course, the big magic question. Panthers, they're rolling in. Got that sapper section wiped. Right, being sent in to deal with that Matildas and anything's on the move. Going for the catchers. 7 points left for the Germans.
The beggars are threatening a victory
6.
point.
Pioneers getting mauled with the Grant.
The enemy have
5,
taken our
4,
territory.
3, 2,
The enemy has claimed this
1.
victory point belongs to the enemy.
And oh, they managed to just halt the bleed by now, but I don't think it's going to matter too much at this stage, honestly. I feel like it's one of those too little, too late kind of things. They're just delaying the inevitable at this point. Just everything's exploding and dying in German. Balu, they're going for another stew, but again, kinda too little, too late. Too little, too late. Unfortunately, all these needlefts just aren't doing much. There, good German surrender, and with that, it is game over. A brutal loss for the German army. Heavy losses there for both players, and in some cases, rather unnecessary losses. In particular, that Pack 40 being handed over to the British proved to be a massive blunder there again. Saueee at times just was definitely overdoing what they could actually manage, which of course gave the British some pretty easy kills at like sometimes the worst possible timings as well there. There's also, I think, definitely like just issues with the force composition. Balu in particular, I think, trying to play too defensively, which of course just means for the British to push through, didn't have enough armor when it needed it. So like there were definitely like issues there that just make them, in some cases, pretty like, you know, stiff, unable to like react to what's going on when the British just pull off, you know, just a head-on assault like that. So some issues there, and of course also just the way that artillery times was used, also a bit inefficient. And similarly, like, you know, Saueee, for someone who kind of like went for this battle group, they could have used more infantry, so that might really leverage infantry reserves, again, more Panzer Grenadiers. Instead, they kind of like had a bit of everything and just lacked focus in that sense. I think that they really did do Saueee any favor, and again, just similarly, like, you know, again, the way they just lost units, just felt like Saueee just wasn't quite there. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.